My wife told me here lately, she said, you got the gas station anointing or something. And by that, I mean within 3 weeks, I've had two different people at two different stations. I'm not talking about these single pump lines where they got, I'm talking about where they got 5-6 rows of gas pumps. And out of all those cars and all those people, I've had two different people pull up to me. And I was fueling my truck up either in front or behind them. And a guy walked up just the other day, and he said, excuse me, sir, would you have a few dollars where I could, get some fuel in my car? He said, I'm going to get paid here in a couple of weeks, but I just don't have the money, and I'm trying to make it till I get, to get paid. And he said, I don't want to bother you. And I looked at my wallet, and I said, I said, man, I've only got like $4. But I said, you can have that. And so I just emptied my wallet, handed him the $4, and he starts to head into the store to pay, and then it just hit me. I was like, that's ridiculous. And I said, wait a minute, sir, come back. And so he looks like, and I said, hand me that. So he looks like, oh no, he's changed his mind. I'm not even going to get the $4. And I said, listen, I said, come on. I said, I saw I got cash, but I said, I got a credit card. I said, let's fill you up. So I went over there and put my card in, and and I didn't punt. I mean, he's a grown man, and $32. He was dead on empty in that little car. $32 of fuel, and and so I went in and got something else in the store. Came out, so he had fueled up and he was pulling out, and so he pulled over by me, and he said, "Sir, I just want to tell you how much that has meant to me for you to do that." And he said, I so appreciate it. And I said, well, I didn't know if he was traveling up the interstate. I didn't know. And I said, are you from here? And he said, I live in Valdosta, but I'm from Fort Myers, and I've been here 4 years. And he started telling me how tough it had been on him. And he's working a full-time job, and you just don't have enough money to the month, to make the month, And so I did at that point. I told him who I was,
Yeah, because you don't have any Christian stickers.
No,
you don't have anything on your car.
But then I just said, I'd love for you to come to our church. And I told him where it's located, and I said, we'd love to have you, if you want to come. And I mean, I don't know that I've seen the guy. He may or may not have been there. It's hard for me to keep up with but he's not come up and introduced himself. But I'm just saying, those type things, if we as believers would maybe just be a little bit more sensitive to what's around us. And of course, it's hard not to be when they walk up to you. Right. And I had a lady just 2 weeks prior to that, same in different part of town, other side of Valdosta, same scenario, and fueled her up, and she just stood there at the pump and wept, And my wife was like, well, why are they coming to you? That's a good question. Why are they?
Well, is it the Lord saying go to him because he knows you'll love them?
Right. But I mean, hey, is there really something in us? Is there really something to this salvation? Right. Is there something that emanates from us that takes down that barrier of fear? You go, well, they might just be, working, or this and that. We got one of our elders in our church. He always says, if you're going to try to be benevolent, you're going to have the needy and the greedy. And if you try to decide who's the needy and who's the greedy, you're going to overstep and miss the needy. So go ahead and take care and feed the greedy too, because you're still going to get the same reward, as far as that goes. And just love people, just reach out to people, and let God sort it out, man.
Right. We had a friend who got kicked out of her house from a Christian family, and she ends up moving in with this tattoo artist. She's 19 now, and she has a baby. And so the tattoo artist was previously married. He has 3 boys. And so we're out to dinner with her, and she goes, oh, yeah, I was at Rent-A-Center or something to buy a couch. And I said, oh, you guys are looking for new furniture. She says, yeah, our couch is pretty bad. And so I know she doesn't work. She just had a baby. And so I contacted the dad. And I said, hey, Christian guy, should be a giver. I said, hey, this person, I did actually say, hey, your daughter. I said, hey, this person has 4 kids. We're gonna put it on Facebook or something to try to raise some money or find a couch for her. Ends up, I get somebody giving me a couch. I was like, great, put it on the truck. This all happens Friday to Saturday. Saturday, I'm picking up this couch. I'm taking it out to her house, and I'm looking at the couch, and I'm like, it's not new. It's a good couch, but I'm like, it's not new. And I thought, man, what if we bought her a whole new set? What would that say to her tattoo boyfriend? Not husband, boyfriend, Right. What would that say? And so I was like, I'm then at that point, I'm embarrassed bringing this used couch because I know I want to bring a new couch. So I bring the used couch out there, and I said, hey, listen, here's this used couch. I said, before we take it off, I want to let you know I raised $1,000 on my way out here this morning to buy you a whole brand new living room set. Do you want to take the used couch off? And he was like, listen, it will make her happy until we get the new one. Let's bring it in, and all. And I started watching this tattoo guy, and I saw him interacting with his boys, and I saw how kind he was to this girl, and I started to understand why she likes him. He's providing, he protects, he cares for his boys, he's fun. And I started seeing all the good things about this guy, who seemingly is being rejected by the church because of her parents being church people. And I thought to myself, I understand her love for him, and I started to get a love for him, and it wasn't based off of what good things he did or Christian things he did. It was just him as a person, and we ended up going shopping, and we got her a whole living room set for $1,000. I delivered it out there, and he was out there and helped me unload it and everything like that. And I just thought to myself, I would never have this experience with this guy. Face tats. He's full deal, And I said, I'd never have this experience with this guy if I didn't look at it from a standpoint of what's the best thing I could do for them. It had nothing to do with anything else. It was just what's the best could I pull out. Not the best that they could do for me, they could do for God. What's my best? And that's what I want to leave people with today. What's your best that you could do for your neighbor, for your kid, for your coworker, for anybody, or even what's the best you could do for yourself? What's the right frame of mind you need to put yourself into, which will make you the best place to think the best about others, because we have the best loving God loving us. Why don't we have the best thoughts loving other people?
Yeah. Represent him well.
I love this kingdom thing. I just do. I'm excited about it. Like, I understand the fact where he says, who has been given much shall give much. I feel like that now. Like, I'm not who's been given much who, is trying to take much. I saved from cocaine and stuff like that. I haven't touched it 25 years. I'm delivered and delivered well. So how can I help others? Like the point, I said this one time to a guy, and he totally didn't understand me. I said, why people in bars or why they're doing drugs is because they feel ashamed or hurt or undervalued or not loved by God or stuff like that. I said, that's why they're there.
Yeah.
People who aren't feeling loved by God are, man, give me some vodka, give me some, like they feel ashamed, or, people who are loved don't do those things. You take in a natural situation, parents who really love their kids, they develop differently in society versus, kids with a missing parent or, parents working too hard or stuff like that. We see, and so what is the same effects for God, If God's missing from somebody's life, these are the things that they're going to do. We shouldn't be surprised, you know. We should be surprised that we're not helping show them the love so that way they'll come out of that.
That's right. Amen.
Go love somebody today.
Love never fails.
Love never fails. Until next time.